let's talk about something real quick. Now, I tried this one time before, but it didn't come out right. And I don't want to send the wrong message, but it's about people being offended. I understand that if someone is offended by something, therefore the person who said the statement that offended the person, it needs to be clarified that, hey, you offended me. However, there's some things that are just a little bit out of the way, such as if you have a conversation with a group of people stating a reason about something going on in your life, which makes it a public conversation, and I'm with you, and multiple people are in the room and are with you, and we talk about what's going on with you, and I make the statement to you, yeah, it's just because you got all this going on in your life. How can you be offended about something I said when you were the one having the conversation about stuff going on in your life? Second, I understand when people get offended, such as race, color, creed, national origin, your beliefs, where you come from, how you were raised. It could be offensive if someone was to make a statement to you about those things. Being offended about something, you deserve the right to express that something has bothered you. But when you make something a public conversation in front of multiple people, how can you be offended when I say something to you about stuff going on in your life and you get offended? For example, let's jump off a limb here. You have a public conversation about not being able to sleep well at night because you are having bad dreams. And then a little bit later, next day, a different person was in the room and you made the statement to them, you haven't been sleeping good. And I said, yeah, it's because you're having bad dreams. And you get offended because I made a statement about a public conversation you had with multiple people. And that's where I don't get it. You made this thing about your life public. You've talked about it with multiple people. So how can you be offended when I'm sitting there right beside you and I reiterate what you said the day before about you having bad dreams and not being able to sleep good? And that's what I don't understand. Let's just get to the bone part of this. People need to be a little bit stronger. People need to be a little bit more confident in themselves. I apologize to you because of this, but it makes me feel like I don't even want to have conversations with you anymore because I don't want to offend you. Does this make sense? Like, I apologize for offending you, but there's a part of me that doesn't even want to talk with you because a part of me is angry. I offended you because I said something that you said about yourself in front of multiple people. You made it a public conversation. And I feel like I need to avoid the conflict altogether and just not talk to you about anything else. Like, if you bring something up about your life, I don't even want to hear it anymore. When you talk about stuff that's going on, I don't want to even hear it anymore because I don't want to say anything that will offend you. Let's talk about offended. Sometimes people take things too personally. Like, here's a common thing that girls say. They're like, does this dress make me look fat? Well, it depends on the style and how your body build is. Most people are going to tell you, no, the dress looks great. But a friend who's honest will say, it doesn't make you look fat, but it's just not your style. You can't be offended if I give you the answer, an appropriate answer to your question. If you say, hey, does this dress make me look fat? And I'm like, no, not really, but it doesn't suit your style. That is a nicer way of saying the dress doesn't look good on you, even though the dress may be pretty. Because there's many things that I have worn that I felt was pretty, it just didn't look good on me. So it goes along with this theory. So you can't be offended if I tell you, hey, the dress doesn't suit you. Unless, you're just one of those people, you're just going to wear it anyway, then don't even ask me. Now, if I say something about your religion or something another like that, and it offends you, you have every right to stand your ground and say, look, I don't appreciate you talking about this. It offends me that you would even say this. That is understandable. That is your belief. And people shouldn't diss you on what you believe in. But when you hold a public conversation with people in front of other people, and a statement is made about something you made public, you can't be offended about it. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to put it, but let's just think about it this way. If you don't want nothing said about it, then don't say it. If it's personal, keep it personal. If you're talking to me friend to friend and there's no one else around, I'm not going to say nothing about our private conversations. However, if you are saying something to me and then you're saying it to other people and it has become public, then I figure it's just public information at that point. I don't know why this is getting under my skin so much. I just feel like some people can be a little bit, I don't want to say the word petty, it's not the right word. It's just like people should be a little bit more stronger in their personal self. For instance, I made the statement the other day that I'm white as hell, I have fair skin. So, therefore, I can't be offended if someone reiterates that, yeah, you are white as hell. Because I just said it myself. I put myself out there. So I can't be offended because you just reiterated what I said. If I offend you with this video, I guess this is my way of venting because I'm a little bit angry about you being offended. I care for you, you're a really awesome person, but this really irks me. I'm so sick and tired of people being so personal with public information. It's like social media. So many people post up on social media these days, it's ridiculous. So how can someone get offended over public information? If you post it, you say it in front of multiple people, you tell multiple people, then how can you be offended if someone says something about it or talks about it? But what's crazy is you were right there. So it's not like I was talking about you or dissing you in any way. How about I'm offended because of this whole situation and I prefer you not to tell me any personal business anymore. I don't know what else to say. And if you ever see this one day, I'm sorry, but it's how I feel. I feel offended now.